Mr. Irontrader, it is hump day, which means it is crude day. Now, the API report came out last night, and crude had a nice draw of 4.2 million. Gasoline had a draw of 0.9 million. Distillates had a build of 1.6 million, and then Cushing also had a build of 1.7 million. Now, remember, the EIA report will be out today at 10:30. We'll see if it all confirms. Okay, we're going to take a look here at the old Bitcoin, at gold, at silver, at crude oil, natural gas, and we'll take a look here at the old NQ, which is up about 40. Okay, this video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation advice on the stock market ETF. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Alrighty, here we have Bitcoin, your daily and your weekly chart. Now you can see here on the old daily chart here with that 8-day now crossed clearly over that 21-day, and that's going to provide very, very strong resistance here on the upside. Okay, so what we're watching is obviously is yesterday's high, 115.870. You always want to trade against the previous day's candle, the high, the low, and the closing. Okay, so we're looking at that 115.870. Now your next level is going to be right there, 116.342. That is going to be your 8-day, and then we have the 21-day right above that at 117.216 level. Now, obviously, if we can get above that, well, then we have a lot of levels here. You got, look at the bottom of there, 117.715. We come down there at 118.295, and then we come up there to that old tweezer top there, that 119.785, and we can march right on up to 124.15, and then that's what you're looking for is that 121.255. That was been your recent high. We get above that, and we have your target there at 123.615. Now, the problem with that is this 8-day. When you have that crossover, it's going to be very, very strong resistance. So is that 21 SMA. Now, on the downside, we're watching, bottom line, we're going to be watching this candle here first. This is 113.440, and then we're going to watch yesterday's low at 113.045 level. Okay. Now, right below, above that, below that, I should say, is 112.590. That's just the top of that candle. Then we're looking for that 50-day at 111.245. So everything is sitting basically right here. But what we have here is when you have this kind of a situation, it acts like almost like a bear flag. Now we have consolidation going on the bottom here. But again, it's very, very strong, that 8-day and that 21 is going to be. So again, watch yesterday's candle, that high 115.870, that low 113.045, and close at 114.245 level. So this is what we want to watch here today. We lose it, here's your big target, the 50-day. We get above that, we got the 8-day, and we have that 21-day. Sitting right there. Now here we look. You're sitting at 49. That's right in the center. That's not overbought or oversold. I don't like this here. See how the green crossed the red? That shows momentum to the downside. See, here's a perfect example. See what happens when it comes down below that red. Then this is what happens. Okay, so you have to get back above it. Then we can have that upswing. But let's just be a little bit patient here. That's what we're doing. This is going to be just a trade. Now, I'm not taking any short position, even though there's a lot of nice ETFs there that you could short with. But I'm just scalping the BITX, and that seems to be working out very, very nicely. Now, here on the old weekly chart, so far we're holding this key 113, 123. Now, that really needs to hold by Friday. Okay, that's going to be very, very key because we still have a nice, good uptrending action. We lose that, then we're going to come to the top of that candle, 112.345. Then we come here, we have 110, 150, and then we're going to come to this 108.960 level. Okay, then we can say you can work yourself all the way down to that 102 level. But again, we have strong resist our support level at that 111.244 level, and we can come to the price channel at 108. Before we ever hit that. But right now, what we're just watching here on the weekly is going to be that 8-day. Now, you can see we got a little bit of an overbought scenario, but again, you know, we've been overbought here before. But on a weekly basis, we're hanging in very, very strong. This is a very, very bullish pattern, low, higher, low, higher, low, higher, low situation. This could come all the way down to the 50-day and still would be a very, very bullish pattern and probably been awesome buying opportunity. Now, the green is still over your red, kind of a sideways action. So we just got to be a little bit patient here and just trade this range. Let's watch the bottom of that candle. That's going to be very, very key, that 113.045, and then that 50-day. As long as we can hold this area here, this could probably be a nice, good trade, and we can get right back to the 8-day. The key is to going higher, you got to close above that 8-day and that 21-day, so it's going to need some kind of a catalyst to go higher. Okay, let's take a look here now at gold and silver. Okay, here we have gold, here we have silver. Now, you can see here it had a really pretty nice, very nice run. Okay, see what it is? We had that selling, that series of lower highs, lower lows. You always want that to reverse. Then we had this nice series of higher low situations going on. Nice green candle, but you notice that we got as high as 34.44. We were looking for 34.47, but realistically, we were looking for that 34.51 level right there, that price channel, okay, which is basically just the top of that candle. That's what we're looking for. But right now, it's having very, very hard, tough time to getting through that. That's going to be the very, very key. It's going to be that 34.51. If we get above that, then your next level is going to be that 34.68 and then that 34.76 level. So we got to see how this is all going to shake out. Now, for me, I'll be waiting and I'll be watching that 34.51. We get above that, then I'll jump into GLD. If it closes, I should say, above that, not just a pop and drop, then we'd be looking for that level. And then we come back above that. This is the ultimate level that we're looking for, is at 35.09. We crack that, it's going to be 35.50, and then 3600 is going to be your big size target. Okay, but again, we had this sideways action, and that's why you trade the charts. We have that very, very strong resistance. Now, on the downside, you want to watch today's low, 34.11, yesterday's low, 34.03, and then we have 33.97, and then we'll be looking for that 8-day. Let's see, pin them in there. Okay, you're looking at 33.83 on the downside, and then we're looking at 33.70, and then we have that 50-day at that 33.63. But right now here, this chart is still very, very bullish. The key is you just have to get back above that 34.51 and close above that. But right now we have this sideways consolidation action. But look how nice that 8 days rolling up here, 21-day. So overall, looking very, very good. The key is going to be a close above that 34.51 to go higher. Now, RSI, well, 55, that could go either way. The green is over your red. That's still looking very, very nice here. But again, see, we just have this consolidation. Can't seem to get above that key level. That's going to be very, very key. 34.51. That's the next key level, 34.76. And then there's your big boy at 35.09. Okay, let's take a look here now at silver. All right, here we have silver. Now you can see silver, very, very nice. Okay, but we had that negative divergence. Okay, sold off. Negative divergence here again, and then it sold off. Okay, but you notice how nice it held that 50-day. Now, yesterday we closed back above that 8-day, which is very, very good. Today we came down and we're holding that 8-day. So this is going to be very, very key support. It's going to be that 37.61. If we lose that, we go to yesterday's low. You're looking at 37.32 level, and then we're going to look for that 50-day at 36.82 level. That's going to be very, very key. We lose that, you can come down and retest at that 36.28 level. Okay, but right now here, not looking really too bad. The upside right here, this is going to be key. It's going to be that 38.17. You have to get above that key resistant level. If we do, and we close above that, then I'll jump in that SLV, and then here's going to be your target. It's going to be 38.42. And we come to the bottom of that candle. You're looking at 38.93. We come to the top, 39.52, 39.66, and then there's 39.91. That is your big breakout. You hit that, you got to go 40, 42, 45. But got to get above that 21-day. So right now, this is what you're doing. You got a little ping pong action. 21-day on the upside, and that 8-day there on the downside. We'll have to see which way she's going to break. Now, RSI looking very good here. You're sitting at only at 52. That could go either way. The green is below your red here, but look how nice you're at that bottom situation. That could curl up. You could get yourself a really nice run. But again, these simple moving averages, very, very strong. Okay, let's take a look here now at crude oil and natural gas. Okay, here we have crude oil, here we have natural gas. Now remember, the EIA report will be out today at that 4:30, and we'll see if it lines up here with the EIA report last night. Now, gold situation. Well, headline is oil rebounds on focus on Trump threatens to Russian supply. Okay, so that's really never good. He doesn't want them to distribute any oil until they shut down the war between Russia and Ukraine. Okay, so that's going to be a little sticky wicket. Again, see, that's a catalyst. So I'd always have to look at that. Now, see how important this 100-day is? I've been pushing. See that? Now, I always said that because look at the resistance levels, like birds on a wire sitting here. And then look at the nice support that it had all the way through here. Just because it goes below, that's fine. Where does it close? Okay, look how strong that is, even yesterday, and now look again today. Okay, so this is going to be very critical on the downside. 65.05 needs to hold that. We lose it, there's your next target at 64.71, and then here's the big boy at 64. Okay, that is going to be key. That was the bottom of that bear flag situation. So if we lose that 64 level, then there's your next level. is going to be 62.82, and we come down here. You got 62.50, 62.17. We have 61.06. Then we come all the way down here to that 59.74. Just bring that price channel right across. But you have to lose that 64 in order to do that. Now, upside here, well, we're just kind of sitting sideways waiting for that EIA report. Maybe it'll be a market mover, is 66.60. Okay, that's going to be very, very key. Your next level is going to be 66.97. And then we have that 8-day at 67.60. And then we have 67.94. So right now, your price is below all these price channels except for that 100-day, which obviously is very, very strong. Okay, strong on the upside, strong on the downside. And so far, we are holding it. So we got to see how this is all going to shake out. So a lot of resistance, 50-day, 21-day, 8-day, and then 200-day. So it's going to take some kind of a catalyst to get it up. But again, you start cutting off supply, okay, and this could rally higher. Now, OPEC came out and they said that all their volunteer cuts, that's over. That's done with. They're not even going to bother with that anymore, okay? That's done. And they're adding 541,000 barrels here per day in August and in September. So we're going to see how that's all going to stay. So you're putting a lot of supply back on the market here. But again, in the little headline, that's why I like trading crude, because it's always in play, okay, is if Russia takes out their supply, which is a huge, huge producer, that should take crude up higher, okay? So always remember that it doesn't take much to zap it right back up. But just watch that 50-day, 21-day, and 8-day, and then that 200-day. Obviously, if we get above that, here's your target. It's going to be that 69.58, and then that retest a 70.51 level, okay? Downside, just watch this 100-day. We lose that, and then watch that T64 level. That's going to be very, very critical. Now, we look at here at your RSI, you're only sitting at 47. That's not overbought or oversold. We have sideways action going on here. So basically, this is a trade kind of situation. So I trade long and short, UCO for the long, SCO for the short. Seems to be working out very, very nicely. Had a really good shorting situation there. Okay, natural gas doesn't seem to want to get off the ocean line here. Okay, so this is what we're looking for on the downside. Okay, 2.89. That's going to be the big retest. We lose that, you're going to come right to the bottom of that candle there. You're looking at roughly 2.86 level. Okay, now that's only the beginning. When you start losing that 2.86 level, then we can come right here. Okay, see the bottom of that? Okay, 2.68. Right there we have 2.64. We come down here. You have 2.51, and then we come down to the bottom of that candle, 2.46, and so on. You come down 2.21. Come down to 187. But again, you have to lose that 286 to do that. Right now, we're not losing that 286. Let me just bigger up for you. We have an index. We have a intraday here. I mean, this is like I don't know. It's just kind of a pattern here. See where we have a low, then we have nothing. We just have inside days. Yesterday was the inside day of the previous one. This is the inside day. So we got to see how that's all going to shake out here. So bottom line, watch on the downside that 289. Very, very critical. And on the upside, right there, that 304, that 8-day. We get above that, we come up here, 307, come up there, 313, then we'll come up to this level here, that 318. Then we're looking for that 322. Now, 50-day, cross the 200-day, 100-day rolling down, 21-day rolling down, 8-day rolling down. Not good. You can see how strong this 8-day is. Okay, popped into it. Okay, went above it, couldn't hold it. Right there, indecision candle, couldn't hold it. Doesn't see how strong that is. That's why I say that's why you trade the charts. Now, your MACD here is way on the bottom. Okay, so that has plenty of room to run. This has plenty of room to run, but it's not oversold. So this could go lower. So bottom line, just watch that 2.89. Very, very key on the downside, and watch that 8-day on the upside. Which way is she going to break? If we lose this level, then I'll jump into KOLD and I'll take a short ski. If we can close above that 8-day, I'll jump in the UNG, and we'll take a long. Okay, so KOLD I use for the short, UNG for the long, take it up to the 21-day, and then possibly we could go higher. But right now, there's really nothing here. It's going to need some kind of a catalyst to move it higher. Okay, let's take a look here now at the old NQs. Okay, here we have the old NQs. Let's see here what we got. Yeah, okay, here we go. All right. All right, so this is what we got. We got the old... we had that big down day on Friday. Let me see. I can make it even clearer for you. Okay, we had that big down day on Friday. Then we rallied up there on Monday. Yesterday, we got up to the 8-day, couldn't hold it, and now we're sitting right here. Okay, so upside, very, very critical, is that 23,230. Okay, you got to have that. And then we have that 8-day at that 23,303. Now, we can get above all that. Okay, then we can go off to yesterday's high, 23,404. Then you can work your way up here to that retest at 23,845 low. Okay, but right now, she just kind of sank it off. The downside, you're really watching that retest at 22,775. And then we have that 50-day at that 22,573. We start losing that, then we can start heading for that 200 SMA here. But realistically, see how we had this melt up. Now we're coming into this time of the year. I know I keep saying this, but remember that August, September, October, you got about 6 weeks, 8 weeks here. The market is very, very uncertain. And any little thing, just like we had Friday, could sell that right on off. Okay, so you get a bad jobs number, it could sell it off. You get this, it could sell it off. Okay, so you need something here to crack above that 21-day and that 8-day. If not, we can retest that 50-day. So I'm just letting you know, always when you're just a trader's market, okay, use stop losses. Put money in your pocket. It doesn't matter if you buy the bottom or sell that top. What you're looking for is that meet in the middle. That is the key to put in your pocket. You start on Monday. By the time you get to Friday, you're going to say, holy schmoly, look how much money I got there on Friday that I didn't have Monday. Okay, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here at midday trading, and we'll take a look at some stocks. Trade what's in front of you, not what you want.